I'm telling you, the headlines just don't stop. Last night, the U.S. military conducted a brilliant operation that led to the arrest and capture of the narco-terrorist dictator Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela. Now, the internet has gone crazy. People are dropping memes left and right, and it is a flurry from the left of, oh my gosh, President Trump has started a war, and all the panicans are back at it again. We've got a great episode ahead of us. Let's get it. So like clockwork, the people on the left and the panicans are freaking out over President Trump's actions in Venezuela last night. Just like they did when he struck Iran and took out their nuclear capability. I mean, they were crying, WW3, World War III, WW3, World War III. And instead, what happened was President Trump eliminated capabilities of dropping a nuclear weapon or having nuclear weapons. And he did something similar last night. He arrested and captured the head of a narco-terrorist state that was trafficking drugs and was profiting off of drug trades in the United States. And it's that simple. I think Representative Mike Collins summed it up best. First time I've seen Democrats upset about arresting a president. And the people on the left have just completely lost their minds again. And then you've got Harry Sisson's lover, Chris, that says, I'm tired of being embarrassed of being an American. And then he says, would have never happened under Biden. Well, no shit, it wouldn't happen under Biden because Biden didn't have the gonads to do anything about it. And that's the whole thing President Trump said minutes ago, that if, Kamala or Joe Biden-like person was running the country, America would be a failed state. We were in rough and terrible waters under the Joe Biden administration. And if it wasn't for President Trump winning the election, America would have been toast. I mean, toast. We are now the world superpower that everybody respects. Not that we weren't in the past, but now everyone knows it. Our military capabilities are unlike any other military in the world, and we proved that last night. We flew undetected for miles, and we went in and we captured the head of a narco-terrorist state. And we lost no American lives and no American equipment in doing it. Joe Biden lost millions, if not billions of dollars worth of U.S. equipment with his withdrawal from Afghanistan, and it cost 13 Americans their lives. But let's take a look at some of the footage of last night's military operation that led to the capture of Nicolas Maduro.
Mira, pero ven acá, no se metan para acá, no saben ustedes ahí que se queda aquí. Sí. Mamá huevo, qué locura. Moscaí, mira esa mierda, explotaron allá toda esa mierda, porque tú no estás explotando.
Mierda, marico, se prendió el peo en esa mierda, ¿oyó?
Huevo.
Marico, llegamos a tiempo a la casa, ¿oyó?
Marico, mira esa mierda.
It's pretty incredible. I mean, the U.S. military is unmatched. We have unmatched capabilities, and they were on full display last night. Now, minutes before President Trump took his stage for his news conference, he released this picture of Nicolas Maduro on the USS Iwo Jima. Now, Maduro is on his way to New York to face criminal prosecution for his terrorist and narco-trafficking deeds. But yeah, the people on the internet have taken that picture and just run with it. You want to look like Nicolas Maduro? Well, there you go. You can look just like him for a couple $100. But the flurry from the right and the left is just so contrast. You got people on the right backing everything that President Trump's doing, and you've even got the actual Venezuelan citizens on the streets laughing and cheering and having a good time and celebrating that they're going to get their country back. And then you got people on the left that just, no matter what happens or what President Trump does good, they just want to see the man arrested and gone. That's all it is at the end of the day. And like the Baldwin brothers said this: war with Venezuela? ? Oil or Epstein? ? Impeach and arrest the Trump now. And see, at the end of the day, like I said, Democrats, if Trump come out and said he cured cancer, right? Let's say, for instance, brain cancer. Trump said, we have found the cure for brain cancer. We have found the cure for brain cancer. They would say, well, how come you haven't found the cure for mesothelioma? It's always something negative with them, especially when it relates to Trump, because they just want to see the man fail, and it's pitiful. But let's take a look at what President Trump said. He said that the United States is going to put a team together that help the Venezuelan people establish a government, and we would essentially run Venezuela for a time until they can establish free elections and elect their own leaders to run their country. And then Pete Hegseth said Maduro effed around and found out.
We're going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. So we don't want to be involved with having somebody else get in, and we have the same situation that we had for the last long period of years. So we are going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. And it has to be judicious because that's what we're all about. We want peace, liberty, and justice for the great people of Venezuela, and that includes many from Venezuela that are now living in the United States and want to go back to their country. It's their homeland. We can't take a chance that somebody else takes over Venezuela that doesn't have the good of the Venezuelan people in mind.
Nicolas Maduro had his chance, just like Iran had their chance, until they didn't and until he didn't. He effed around and he found out.
Well, I don't know about y'all, but I sleep like a newborn infant Jesus at night, knowing that President Trump and Pete Hegseth are running things in the government. Not including Marco Rubio. He's great. They're all great. He's got the A-team running the United States government. And, we've got a great military that was on full display last night for the world. So China and Russia are on notice. These other countries in the Caribbean and South America are on notice. President Trump reaffirmed his stance on the Colombian president that is allowing these drug cartels to make cocaine and send it to the United States.
Mr. President, Colombian President Gustavo Petro, a couple weeks ago, you said he's got to watch his ass. And today he said he's not concerned about anything happening to him in the aftermath of this operation. So just what your message is about that.
Well, he has cocaine mills. He has factories where he makes cocaine. And yeah, I think I stick by my first statement. He's making cocaine. They're sending it into the United States. So he does have to watch his ass.
If the Colombian president's not careful, he's going to FAFO. And for those that know what that is, Maduro FO'd last night. So, it's not hard to realize that President Trump means what he says and he says what he means. And I don't know how people have not understood that. And it's exactly what Marco Rubio said during that presser. Because I think Marco Rubio is just tired of the crap that comes from the left. These people second guessing everything, speculating, and just plain making up crap. That's what they're doing, and it's pathetic. But listen to your Secretary of State.
And I hope what people now understand is that we have a president. The 47th president of the United States is not a game player. When he tells you that he's going to do something, when tells you he's going to address a problem, he means it. He actions it. I can tell you, I've watched this process now for 14, 15 years, been around it. Everybody talks. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. When I get there, we're going to do this. We're going to take. This is a president of action. Like, I don't understand yet how they haven't figured this out. And now, if you don't know, now you know. Because this is the way it's going to play out. And I think people need to understand that this is not a president that just talks and does letters and press conferences. And, you know, if he says he's serious about something, he means it. And this is something that was a direct threat to the national interest of the United States. And the president addressed it.
Like I said, President Trump's got an A-team in the White House. Marco Rubio is probably the best Secretary of State that we've had in over 50 years. I mean, the guy's liked by everybody, and there's just nobody better for that role. But, I mean, unfortunately, that does it for today's episode. And, you know, who knows? We might wake up to Ben and J-Lo getting back together, or North Korea inventing cotton candy. Just who knows what we're going to wake up to tomorrow. So stay tuned, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you later.